Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to another edition of the Sideline Junkies. Week 4 NFL Sunday Rise. I am here along with the Gentleman Jack, the Midnight Rider, and a special guest, the Boss BJ.
BJ back.
Morning, fellas. How are y'all?
So, player, you still
Not much,
handsome
Shady.
together.
Hey, man. Sunday rise. Sunday rise. Let's get it.
How you fellas feeling this morning?
I'm good.
I'm good, but I think I caught a case of the delay and lag. So give me a second. Y'all can keep it going.
10-4.
All right.
I know what y'all saying. Like, B, you lied to us. You said you wasn't coming back on Sundays. And
Yeah.
hey, look. Sometimes a little white lie ain't gonna hurt. I'm back temporarily. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. So I'm gonna leave the money on the dresser, and we're gonna get this thing going.
All right. Well, let's get into it. Let's do a little college football recap. We had some upsets yesterday. Alabama loses to Georgia. Alabama beat Georgia. 41-34.
I'm about to say, what game was you watching? Sheesh. Meatloaf.
Uncle BJ call you.
Good morning, Meatloaf. She's trying to tell you her thoughts on Georgia and Alabama. Hey, Meatloaf.
Say hi.
Hi.
Hey.
Did you think Georgia was gonna beat Alabama yesterday? Did you think Georgia was gonna beat Alabama yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
Did you put money on that? How much you put on that?
Mm-hmm.
She said,
Okay.
I can't speak on that, Papa. You asking too many questions.
Yeah, that's basically mind your business.
Mind your
But
business.
Alabama 41, Georgia 34. They had some fights in the game, but all in all, it's still an upset. Number 4 upset number 2.
That's not really an upset.
Right.
Those are, that's just one of them games where you got probably, one of the few teams that can match up with Alabama. It was just a really good game. And you see where just the receiver for Alabama, I forgot his name. I wish the Midnight Rider was here because I am not good with names. I'll let you know that now. But the kid is just a dog, man. No pun intended, Georgia. But he is just a dog, man.
Talking about Mr. Ryan Williams.
Ryan Williams. He's a dog,
17
man.
years old, y'all.
Yeah, 17 years old. So you talking about just the moves he was making. That's not the mind of a 17-year-old, man. That's understanding the game and where to be at, and just the shiftiness. It was almost like he was controlling himself with a joystick. Like, it's man, it's just crazy the way that kid moved. But great game, man. Midnight Rider, you good over there?
I think I am.
Okay,
So
all right, 10-4. We was talking about Georgia and Alabama.
Right, so I want you guys now to take your pens out. Take a thing from 3 years from now. You want 1 and 2 in the draft. You're gonna put Jeremiah Smith, Ohio State, and you're gonna put Ryan Williams, Alabama, because they're gonna be in the top 5 of the 2028 draft. We got the 2 best young true freshman wide receivers in the country, in the world, Craig, out here doing big things. And the kid Williams stole the show last night. He took Georgia's heart every chance that they got close or they thought they were going to win the ball game. He came over and was like, nah, not today, not on my watch. I saw 2 things though yesterday, and it's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna have to send in the list via Pony Express, but Carson Beck drops in the list and Milroe goes up in the list. Because last night, Milroe let a naysayer know how good he is.
Show me. I got give Milroe more respect after last night. First time I really sat down and watched him as tight as I did last night. Carson Beck, he was chucking the ball 50 times last night. Threw the ball 50 times. But damn, wasn't that an amazing game? What was it, 30 to 37 at halftime? And then we go on in and get into 2-minute one, and it's a 4-point game or so, one way or another. I was amazed they came back. Now, second half, I was gone. And I come back in there, I saw it caught up. I was like, holy moly. But you know what happened, man? Kirby got greedy. Kirby tried to be a bully last night, and Kirby got burnt. And I'm talking about Kirby Smart, head coach of the University of Georgia. He started trying to pick on that youngin over there on the left side. What was his name? Xavier Brown. The freshman cornerback. He went at him, got him twice, and then he tried to go at him on that end zone. I don't know why they didn't just run their regular offense, man. They've been working the whole second half. Why change just because they got a freshman over there now? He got his last laugh, and Xavier Brown picked him off in the end zone. Game over. So, yeah, that was an entertaining game for the start that I thought wasn't going to be a good game. So,
you know what's crazy, Jack? That right there, if they go in and they pick that freshman apart, he looks like a genius. And I think it's one of those things where you go to the well too much. You have to test. A freshman comes in. You have to test the freshman. Whether it's a defensive tackle, middle linebacker, you quarterback, I'm sending a blitz. Can you pick this up? Now, you may get burnt on the stove, but once you get burnt, you know it's hot. And sometimes you get burnt and, you know, you might not have feeling in your hand from getting burnt another time. So it just went to the well too many times, got greedy with it. I think they thought they could expose him, and they were, you know how you feel like, oh, I'm that close away from it, and it just never materialized.
I love the call, and I think the only problem was Carson Beck placed the football in the wrong spot. That was the only mistake on that play. Right call, right situation. He just put the ball in the spot where it was the one place he couldn't put the football, and that's where he put it, and that's why that got picked off. I loved what Georgia did in the second half, pick on the young corners and everything. KG, finish us out, man.
Quickly. Excuse me. K-State beat Oklahoma State. It was a fan on X that made a bold statement and said if Kansas State lost, he would do something really bold. I'm glad Kansas State didn't lose. Ole Miss drops a shocker to unranked Kentucky. Number 6 Ole Miss drops a shocker, 20-17 to Kentucky. Texas A&M beats Arkansas. Notre Dame beats Louisville, which was ended on controversy. Ryan Clark's son got a penalty, and some people say he should have been ejected, but was not. Number 1 Texas keeps rolling, 35-13 over Mississippi State. Clemson won over Stanford. Iowa State blanked Houston 20-0. Ohio State 38-7 over Michigan State. Penn State beats Illinois 21-7. LSU 42-10 over South Alabama. Utah drops a heartbreaker 23-10 to unranked Arizona. And Boise State 45-24 over Washington State. And finally, number 8 Oregon beats UCLA 34-13 in a Big Ten showdown.
I'm surprised at the level of disrespect you placed on the ACC Classic that we grew up watching all along. I used to remember when I sat on my dad's knee at 5 years old watching Clemson and Stanford play. So I don't know why you put that level of disrespect on this ball game.
I thought you were going to go somewhere else with that. I thought you were going to say at least Miami and Virginia Tech, because Miami beat 38-34.
It's a long rivalry, Midnight Rider. You ain't heard about that Clemson Stanford rivalry?
Woo!
Melanie Sweeney checking in. Good morning,
Hey,
Melanie.
man, what's up, girl?
But that's our college football roundup. But I mean, we could talk about this for.
I mean, we got so many classic matchups.
I mean, you think about it, we could talk about it for years. You know, you got those those classic Big Ten matchups where you got Oregon playing Michigan.
You know what? I'm glad you said that. My first memory, I was on the floor with my electric football board. I had the Redskins playing against the Giants, and I looked up, and on my TV, I saw that Oregon game. It was amazing, man, back in the day. Back then, Oregon didn't have all those fancy uniforms. So, and the TV was black and white, so it didn't matter.
Yeah, you guys was hitting on the Ole Miss game. That Kentucky defense is nice, man. That Kentucky defense, they were nice last year. I think Kentucky even cracked top 25 last year, so that was something. I mean, my boy Jackson Dart still had an aight game, but
18 to 27, 261 and a touchdown.
A lot of ball game left to play. His receiver 11 receptions, 176. But the performance of the day yesterday was that boy at Boise State, Ashton Gentry, I think his name is. He rushed for 270.
Yep.
259 and 259 and 4 touchdowns. Hell of a performance yesterday by him. So yeah, that's all I got about.
You remember him from week 0? He ran for like 306 and 4 tutties start of the season.
That's right, but that was against nobody.
All right, now we're gonna step up to the pro level. First game that we're gonna talk about this morning: Vikings versus Packers. All lines are brought to you by FanDuel, our unofficial line partner. Gentlemen, the Vikings are visiting the Packers. Jordan Love is probably be back today, but Malik Willis has carried this team and done a pretty good job. Packers are 3-point favorites. Over under is 45.5. Now, if this is in Green Bay, you know, you get 3 for being at home.
Right.
So this is really a even game. We'll start with the gentleman Jack. Go to the Midnight Rider. Finish up with the boss BJ.
Well, there's gonna be a lot of love in the air. Get that one, Midnight Rider, love in the air. Jordan Love's gonna be coming back to the lineup. I don't know, man. Minnesota's on the roll. I don't think this Jordan Love comeback is going to be enough to disrupt what Minnesota's doing. So I'll take Minnesota. Minnesota going to win by 7. And I'll take the under. Jack takes Minnesota under. Yeah, I think Vikings going to keep rolling, man.
I think the Phoenix, or the man they call Sam Darnold, as he's risen from the ashes of his past misdoings, I think this team is playing great ball. I think they're doing it on the defensive side, and I think this game is going to be interesting because both defenses are playing probably the best ball they've played in a long time, and it's due to their coordinators that's running the defense. So I'm going to agree with Jack and take the under in this ball game. But, I mean, some people say what's love got to do with it, but I say everything. So I'm going to take the Packers to win this ball game and cover the -3.
So with the Minnesota Vikings, they're 3rd in the league points per game, 28.3. They're allowing 10 points a game. That's 2nd. And the Packers come in 25 a game. That's 6th. And they're allowing 19.3, which is 12th. Jordan Love's coming back today for sure, guys. Is he questionable?
For all I've heard, he's playing.
Okay, he's playing.
But I'm going to keep my eyes on the Best Morning Show. And if anything changes, I know the Best Morning Show in the NFL will show me and tell me.
10-4. So if he's, I'm gonna lean with he's playing. If he's playing, I'm gonna take the Vikings, and I say that because I think they'll start rolling a little bit later because they got to get that little bit of rust off, get back acclimated, and I think that's enough for the hot Vikings to come in there and beat them. I'm going to take the Vikings to win this, and I'm going to take slightly over the over. I got my lines from MGM, so it's the Packers 3 and the over and under is 44. But I'm going to take the over slightly for this, and I'm going to take the Vikings to win this.
Okay. I picked the Packers in this one. Not because, and let me not gloss over Sam Darnold. Because Sam Darnold has been playing ball. Like everybody thought that Minnesota was dead in the water when AJ McCarthy went down. Sam Darnold has been playing lights out. He's been playing mistake-free football. I'm not gonna say this is gonna be the game, but I think Green Bay takes it just to bring the Vikings down to earth. But it's not gonna be Sam Darnold's fault they lose. I think the defense will let them down on this one. So give me the Packers with the 3. They're gonna cover. They're gonna win it by 6, 26-20. So before we move on to the next game, let me ask you, gentlemen. I'll take the over.
Okay.
Let me ask you, gentlemen, this real quick before we move on to the next game. Thursday night, we had the Giants versus the Cowboys. Cowboys win 20-15. Honestly, real quick, were you gentlemen impressed with what the Cowboys did in that game? Were you impressed with anything that the Cowboys did?
No, I think they just played like a team trying to survive. And I think I don't know who I was having a conversation with, but last night or Thursday night, they got lucky that Daniel Jones isn't a better passer because he put a couple of footballs in places where the wide receiver had to stop their feet or they had to turn back to catch the ball. And I think if he was able to lead them in a couple of situations, they would have gotten bigger gains. And maybe some of those spots where they ended up with 3 would have turned into 7. So that's the only thing I saw from that ball game. That was my takeaway.
Let me tell you something. People keep saying that Brian Daboll's on the hot seat. And this goes to a conversation we had a couple weeks ago about the leash certain quarterbacks have. And this, I'm not making anything about race, but why is Daniel Jones still playing? I think you give Brian Daboll a raise for having to deal with that. That is horrible. That is absolutely horrible. But for him for them, he's putting things together. One, to get the ball to Malik Neighbors because he's a playmaker. And I think that the Giants are just right now, they're in that offense where it might work for a play or two and they look hot and they look good. And then like Midnight Rider say, they got the play drawn up, it's moving, and then Daniel Jones just puts it to the Gatorade boy instead of the wide receiver. And it's just like, how much longer are they going to do this? Like, who's the backup in New York?
It's like Drew Lock for right now, but I think
give me Drew Lock. Give me Drew Lock. Give me Drew Lock. Give me somebody. I don't know if it's a confidence thing with Daniel Jones. I don't know. I don't care. But you know, it at times it's like you see him want to break out and make something, but I think he has that Trevor Lawrence syndrome right now. I think he's just trying too damn hard, trying to be perfect, but not impressed with what either team did. I'm more impressed with Brian Daboll. He should start growing here now. That's how bad that situation is.
Jack.
Yeah, the backups are Drew Lock and the fan favorite Tommy DeVito.
Oh, I'll put him back in.
I'd like to see him back in there too.
Man.
What y'all talking about? Dude? Thursday game, I'm good.
Message from Matty I. He said, "Hey guys, no football for me. U14 high school and girls tier 1 U19. So could add to the game misconduct count. Have a great show listening while driving. See you Tuesday. Yes, sir, you will.
Yes, sir, Maddie. Yes, sir.
Programming note on a Tuesday night flight. Coming up on Tuesday, we will do NHL preview with Matty Ice like we do every year. Mm-hmm. And we will get that done because I got questions. I need to know what my cap's going to do. So I need Matty Ice to fill me in because he wasn't wrong last year. He was spot on. Everything happened for a reason. So Matty Ice coming up on Tuesday. All right, next game on the slate. Buccaneers versus the Eagles. Eagles are 1-point favorites. Over under is 41.5. Jack, take it away.
41.5. I think they're going to play ball today. You know, I like the run Baker Mayfield's been on, I think he deserves it. You know, he's put his dues in. Now he's got some weapons. But Philly, what's Philly? Philly 1-2? Isn't that right? Philly 1-2?
No, they should be 2-1.
2-1. So I thought Washington was the only one 2-1 in the conference.
Nah, Philly 2-1.
Nah,
Okay.
Philly's 2-1.
Okay. So I don't know. Tampa Bay's won 5 of the last 6 with Philly. I'm gonna ride the Mayfield train and pick Tampa Bay in this over. And yeah, I'm not even messing with that 1 point. I'll do Philly in the over. I think Baker Mayfield and Mike Evans going to get off again. I think them two are definitely dialed in. They're definitely dialed in. Philly, I don't know, man. There's something that's just catching me wrong with them. There's something wrong. It's like, you know, when you got them dominoes set out and then that other domino is just a little too far away, it won't go around the town, you know? And I feel that's what's happening in Philly. Something's off. And that's what I got to say about that Philly game.
All right, so we got the Bucks and the Eagles. I think Jack's kind of right where I am when it comes to thinking that something's off with this team. We should, if this kid is anything worth his salt, today should be a big Jahan Dotson day. That kid should be able to get off and get his numbers today. He shouldn't have a line of 2 catches and 20 yards or 2 catches and 10 yards. He should have something bigger numbers-wise coming from this ball game today. But I think what Philly's really going to do is ignore the kid and go to Dallas Goedert or Goddard, as my man Jack Carr say. But I think he's going to have a big day today. And I think it's Saquon and Goddard that's going to carry this team to I think it's going to be a victory. I think they beat the Bucks. I think they get that monkey off their back. And it's going to go over because I see this as a 24-20 type of ball game.
And his name Go Dirt, man. Remember? Go Dirt.
Go Dirt.
Shut up,
Go
yo.
Dirt.
You don't got me calling me out midnight. Ride, let it ride, let it slide. You said Go Dirt.
Real quick, the Bucks 21.3 a game, 15th for points per game. Allowed 20.7. That is also 15th. The Eagles 23.3. That's 12th, and they're allowing 21, which is 17. I think this is one of those things. It's like one of those games where can your playmakers make play? I know that's every game, but I think these teams are going to go kind of like toe to toe. They're going to trade blows, and it's going to be who can make a play down the end. Who's going to step up? Is it going to be Saquon? Is it going to be Chris Godwin? Who's going to make a play to keep a drive alive? I think the Bucks sneak past the Eagles in Philadelphia, and I'm gonna take the over on this game. I think Philly continues to struggle. I think you see flashes from Saquon where he's running and you can imagine the cape on him and saving the offense. But I just think they still, like y'all said, something's missing that we're not sure about. And it might fix itself with time, but right now, give me the Bucks, give me Baker Mayfield, give me the over.
I got to ride with you on that, B. Give me the Bucks. Give me the under, though. I think this is going to be an underwhelming game. I think this is going to be maybe a 20-17 game.
Pew, 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 pew.
No, I said 20-17. I didn't say 13-10. That's a shootout. It's a defensive battle. But I'll take the Bucks in this one. 20-17.
What was your call, Midnight Rider? What was your call on this Philly game?
I took the Eagles 24-20. So we just hit the over.
Gotcha.
All right. Let's take it to Monday night real quick. Seahawks visiting the Lions. Lions are 3.5-point favorites. Over under 46.5. Seahawks are 3-0. Lions are 2-1. Jack, take it away.
Seahawks, what they've done so far, one of the few undefeated teams in the league. I think Detroit's gonna put them in their place. I think Detroit's gonna win big here. I think 35 points up by Detroit. What's the line here? 33, 5, 46. Yeah, I'll take the Lions and the over. Lions gonna cover easy. I think this here is gonna be an ugly national TV game. Lions look good. Lions gonna play good. Lions gonna beat the Hawks.
I think when it comes to this ball game, I think we're gonna learn two things. We're gonna learn how healthy is Sam Laporta, and B, we're gonna learn how much machismo does Dan Campbell have? How much weight is he carrying? How big is his onions? Because I think this team's going to run and they're going to take some chances because I feel like they have to have this ball game. I don't think this is a game they can lead to field goals. I think they have to score sevens as much as possible. And it's mostly because Seattle is such a stingy defense that they may not have enough opportunities to get back into place to score. So that's where I'm at with that one. I think they definitely – so I'm taking the Lions. I think the Seahawks cover because I do think it's a field goal ball game. So the Seahawks will cover the 3.5. I'm going to take the over just because I don't like unders. So I'm going to take the over.
I'm going to follow you guys, and I'm going to take the Lions, and I'm going to take the under on this, and this is why. I think the Lions, they come out, they establish the run, they get the pass and running, but here's why I think where they fall behind is I think you're a stingy defense until a good offense comes, right? And I don't think the Seahawks offense can keep Hutchinson out of their backfield. And I think that's going to terrorize Geno Smith all game. They're not really going to move the ball, and that's going to get the Lions going. The field position, winning the field position battle, the Seahawks really not being able to move the ball, and I think I'm saying under because once the Lions establish their lead, they're going to run the ball, and I don't think the Seahawks can stop them running the ball. So I'm saying over. I want to say like a 20-13, 21-13 type game, 21-10. I don't really see the Seahawks producing. I would be surprised. I just think if the Lions front is healthy, they're not moving the ball. And this is one of those games where the Lions have to be the Lions and show that we are the NFC. We are the cream of the crop in the NFC. And you have to separate yourself. So give me the Lions to under and the Lions to cover.
They got to be who we think they are. Sorry, big guy.
Are you good?
I was bringing in a chant. What was that thing? Who we thought they were.
Denny Green, baby.
Denny Green.
Yeah. My bad, guys.
You want to crown him? Crown your ass.
Just real quick nugget for the fellas. Kenneth Walker does return to the lineup Monday. So if you have him in fantasy, and that's for anybody, honestly, make sure you put him in your lineup. But you might want to keep like Zach Charbonnet, depending on your situation in the holster or in your flex. Because you have 325 teams, you don't have enough room to go to the waiver wire and add people all the time.
He don't even care no more. What waiver wire?
Wait,
You go to wide receiver and say no players available.
What you're not gonna do is come at me about the money, many people in this league. That's number one. Number two, I found talent on the waiver wire and one with said talent. Please don't say that there's no talent there.
Huh. I'll let you go.
Man, I had to add Bobby Boucher this morning.
Yeah. I put Paul Creed on my squad. Just in case Baker gets hurt. Paul Creed.
Now,
Paul Creed.
looking at this game, I think the Lions are going to run all over the Seahawks. I didn't even start the Seahawks defense this week because of that. I think the Lions run all over them. Lions win by 7. Give me the over. 27-20 Lions. It's going to be over before it really gets started. So the Lions are going to take their foot off the gas, and the Seahawks are going to try to come back, and it's going to be a late interception.
I agree.
But that sounds.
Next game. Bills are visiting the Ravens tonight in Baltimore, having big fun. Ravens are 2.5-point favorites. Over under is 46.5. Ravens are 1-2. Bills are 3-0. They gave the Ravens 2.5, and really and truly, I think that's being generous to give the Ravens, because they're home. You're supposed to get 3, but you're being real generous with the Ravens looking the way that they're looking. They're not looking like the strong Ravens of the last couple of years in the regular season. Buffalo is looking like it's firing on all cylinders, and they ain't driving no 4-cylinder. It looked like they got at least a V8 or a V10 right now. And if they kick that thing up another notch and get it to a V12, it's over. But to give the Ravens 2.5 on this one, I'm not agreeing with it. But I don't make the odds. Over under is 46.5. Jack, take it away.
Yeah, I would have expected this game, as I've seen it on the schedule. I'd expected it to be 2-1, or both of them 3-0. But I would expect it to be Ravens where they are at 1-2. 1-2 where the Ravens are, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, they're hungry there in Baltimore. And what they got on paper there in Baltimore says they can hang with the Bills. But in my mind, I think the Bills are going to win. But in my other side of my mind, I think I'm going to pick the Ravens. Just because I think I think the Bills are a better team right now, but I just got a feeling the Ravens are going to pull one out of their ass. I think Lamar's going to run for a lot of yards today. He'll be up there near 80 to 100 rushing yards, I believe. I believe that's what he's got to do to beat Buffalo. And you got to put points on the board to beat Buffalo. So I take the Ravens in the over.
Ravens in the over. Okay.
Yes, sir.
I guess I want to be lead course, so I'd say not so fast, my friend. Because there's something I like about the Bills and what they're doing. They're spreading the football around. They're giving everybody opportunity. They've become multifaceted in the way they approach their offense. They can hit you with the receivers. They can hit you with the run game. And then every now and then, if all of that's blocked off, they still have Josh Allen being a great athlete and being able to use his feet to get them into plus situations or better situations. So, and I don't know if the Ravens have enough figured out yet on the offensive side, especially with the young linemen that they have. Now, if this game is 4 weeks later, I'm giving you a totally different thought process on it. But I think the Ravens are still – the reason they're 1-2 isn't because they're a bad team. They're 1-2 because they had so many moving parts that you got to start – like things got to start solidifying and gelling. You know what I'm saying? Like you just can't pour the Jell-O in the bowl and then take it out of the refrigerator in 2 minutes. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's got to get time to congeal and get right. And I'm going to say this about the next game as well, but I think you're going to see a difference in these teams in a couple of weeks. But I really think Buffalo's so far ahead of them because they have the continuity that they're only changing 1 or 2 people as opposed to the Ravens having to change pretty much the O-line coach passed away before the season started. They lost 2 offensive linemen in free agency. They lost a couple players on the defense. They lost their top 3 defensive coaches. I just think Baltimore is in the transition, and that's more the reason of 1-2 than them being a bad ball club.
Let me tell you, the Ravens, I've been thinking about the Ravens, right? And, they came out real fast against the Cowboys last week. And I was like, all right, they look like themselves. But the more I thought about it, I think it's more of Dallas was looking like themselves. And the slow starting Dallas Cowboys more than giving credit to the Ravens. So I come in this game as a Bills fan. You're always worried. They're the Ravens. They got Lamar Jackson. But I just feel like if Buffalo comes in and doing what they're doing, this isn't a game. This isn't a game. This is not a game that the Bills they're missing Terrell Bernard. They're missing probably one of the better nickelbacks in the league, and Teron Johnson. And they've been missing them for 2 weeks, and their defense has been playing outstanding. The Bills come in first in the league, 37.3 points a game. They're allowing 16 points a game, which is seventh. The Ravens, 23.7 scoring, that's 11th, and they're allowing 26 a game, which is 24th. The Midnight Rider took the words out of my mouth, and it's something I've been saying for 2 weeks. If this team comes in and they got 8, 9 options to throw around and toss around, and one, you got a scheme for it, right? The second thing is, if you don't have the depth, if you run man, you're toast. Somebody is going to be open. You can't cover the run and the pass at the same time. And if you cover the run and the pass at the same time, Josh Allen's running past you or hurling over you. This team is very unique. And I'm not saying it because it's my squad, but they're very unique. And I think that you get another ass whooping tonight in prime time, which is you're seeing feathers flock through the air and fly through the air in Baltimore. I think this gets lopsided. I think you see Lamar Jackson, run around and try to scramble for his life. But just remember the last couple of games that the Buffalo Bills have played the Baltimore Ravens. Remember, the Midnight Rider said something very important, continuity. Everybody from Buffalo, except for key people, is still there. And Sean McDermott, the defensive guy, he has schemed very well against the Ravens. He's put Lamar in the situations where he's thinking people's open, they're not. And they're waiting for him to throw the ball to jump right in front of it. And I think you're going to see more of that today with now. The last 2 times they played, Buffalo didn't have the pass rush that they had now. That's the other thing. You got 2 quick guys on there, Epinesa, Russo. You got a Von Miller coming in.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt you. I don't mean to interrupt you. But you just said something nice about Epinesa. And this is 2 shows in a row. I got to check on you. Are you feeling okay?
I don't mind eating crow. I just need some Tabasco, a little bit of butter. Maybe some bread. It depends on how thick the crow is. Okay. Now I don't mind it because he's balling. It was more of an impatience thing as a fan, seeing that team so close to trying to get to a Super Bowl. But he's developed into now his own, and that's the other thing. When you got 2 guys, and then you still got Ed Oliver. When you got guys when you can't double team and you leaving guys out on a whim, we've seen the Baltimore offensive line. If that's what you want. Let me say this. When Lamar's running around, he's super dangerous. And I'm saying that's what I want. That's what I want because that's when he makes mistakes. I want him to run around. I want him to think stuff is open because he's going to run right into Greg Russo or Epinesa or Von Miller coming off or something, and he's going to try to force it. This is what Lamar does all the time. He's going to try to force something, and it's going to be a Buffalo Bill going the other way with the ball. So give me the Bills. I don't think they're going to hit 37 today, but I think this is a 28-13 game, 28-17. I think Bills, they put it away early. I think this is kind of like the Lions situation where the Bills are just going to be overwhelming. And they're just going to take the air out of the Ravens. They took the air out of the Jaguars. They took the air out of the Dolphins, And I think you're going to see that today. It did just like the big guy said, it depends on what Buffalo want to drive in today. Are they driving the V8 in the day? Or are they driving the V12 in a day and they're going to get Curtis Samuel involved too? And then it's lights out. Curtis, let me see if I can name all of them. Remember them. Khalil Shakir, Mac Hollins, Dawson Knox, Dalton Kincaid, Curtis Samuel, James Cook, Josh Allen, Keon Coleman. I'm missing somebody somewhere. That's 8 people that legitimately have a chance to score. We're not talking about put this guy in because somebody's hurt. These guys are on the field, and if they're open, Josh is going to find them. Who are you game planning for? Because you haven't seen a Curtis Samuel breakout game. You really haven't seen a Mac Hollins breakout game. You haven't really seen a Dalton Kincaid coming out party. Who you guarding? who are you game planning for before besides you got to have your angles against Josh Allen. When you do that, Dawson Knox is going up the seams. What are you going to do? And like I said, I'm leaning on Midnight Rider. This team is in transition. What did they lose? Patrick Queen was it Patrick Queen they lost?
Yep.
Yeah, they lost Patrick Queen, lost a couple pieces. So that's important, man. I think you see Baltimore try to get themselves together for another season, but Buffalo's ready now. So give me my Bills. Give me the cover, and I'm going to take the under just because I don't think Baltimore's going to score a lot. I think it's going to be Buffalo. I don't think they're going to put 37-40 up on the Ravens. But I think it's going to be one of those games where they're cruising. James Cook's running the ball. The other guy, I can't remember the other running back. He's getting carries, and they're rolling. Buffalo, let's go.
All right. I'm gonna take the Bills in this one, but I'm not gonna go the way that everybody else went. This is gonna be a blowout of epic proportions. Like, this is gonna be the game that Baltimore has to question, where's this season going after this loss? And I'm talking 47-14 Bills. So give me the Bills over 47-14.
What'd you take?
Real quick, can I say something? If they do lose to Buffalo like that, I don't think they have to question anything because Buffalo is Buffalo. You know what I'm saying? It's more, and this is what I was saying with the game last week. It was more the Cowboys going off to a slow start than the Ravens doing anything. Go ahead, Midnight Rider.
No. Finish your point. I just want the comment after you. That's all.
Okay. So I think you lose I think any team, Kansas City, Buffalo, if you lose to these teams big, these are your where the bar is. This is where the bar is for. All right, where are we at now? Okay, what do we have to fix? Now, if Cleveland came to town and beat them 40-10, that's when you got to start thinking, all right, Jim Harbaugh on a hot seat. You know, we might need to, move on from Lamar. That's when you start thinking. But if you lose to Buffalo today big, it's just, hey, that was Buffalo.
And all I was going to add is, like, if you put power rankings up in magnets and you had like a tier where you had the Chiefs, Bills, and the Ravens on the same line, and that 47-14 happens, you just gently take that Ravens thing and move it down a tier into the next tier of teams. That's all that's really will happen. It wouldn't be a situation where you got to question like what you're doing, who you are, and anything like that. I think you just realize now you're a step below the top two teams in the league. And it's a fix. But that's why we get 14 weeks and 17 weeks and not 3 or 4. Go ahead, Jack.
I was just trying to get your pick on the Buffalo-Baltimore game. Get your pick.
Oh, I had the Bills and the over.
Thank you. Now
No problem, sir.
Keep it straight. So I can get you up. I'm the only one that chose Baltimore in that one.
But no, when I say you got to ask where the season's going, I don't mean moving on from anybody. You have to ask yourself, when you go through a team like Baltimore, I think Buffalo, Baltimore, the Eagles even, Kansas City, who else am I missing? I'm missing the NFC team.
San Francisco.
Your San Francisco's. Those are your upper echelon teams. And, when you stumble early out the gate, you have to ask yourself, all right, where's this season going? What are we doing? Because you got to get yourself rooted again. You have to put you got to plant your feet again and start over and say, all right, we got to get back to basics. And then when you ask that question, you start rolling again, if you understand what I mean, because you going back to basic and you start rolling. So that's what I mean when I say you got to ask where the seasons go.
And this is where you, and I've been saying it for a while too, when you get your upper echelon teams, depending on what type of quarterback you have to do a rolling rebuild. You have to have guys in place, and I put Buffalo as an example because they have drafted so well. You have Terrell Bernard.
gone. You have, like I say, probably top 3 nickel corner in the league, Teron Johnson gone. And you got guys balling. So when you lose Stephon Diggs, when you lose Gabe Davis, when you lose Tre'Davious White, when you lose Micah Hyde, when you lose Edmonds, when you lose all these guys, but you have a quarterback that can win you a bowl, you gotta rebuild on the roll. And I think the Ravens might be a step and a half behind on that. They didn't really have the guys to plug in to replace Patrick Queen. They're struggling on the offensive line. So, and like the Midnight Rider said, the Midnight Rider's on fire today, right? This isn't a panic. If I'm a Ravens fan, I'm not panicking. I'm just moving the tier down. Okay, yeah, that was Buffalo. We got our head beaten. Let's go get some natty ice and call it a night. That's the thing. Now, if I'm a Buffalo Bills fan and we go into we get drummed by the Raiders, now I'm like, hold on. Maybe everything I thought was fictitious here. But like I said, it's just certain teams that if they beat you, they beat the brakes off you. It's just like anything else. You have to stay with good teams. And the minute you give a good team a little bit of blood, they're going to rip the rest of the skin out and take what they need.
All right. I like that. So next game, Commanders versus Cardinals in Arizona. This is a 4:05 kickoff. Cardinals are 3.5-point favorites, which I like. I like being the dog. Over under is 49.5. We're gonna go in reverse order. So we're gonna go to Boss BJ, the Midnight Rider.
No, Boss Jack than me.
I beg your pardon. I beg your finest pardon.
No,
Boss BJ,
anyway,
Jack, and then the Midnight Rider.
Anyway, the Washington Commanders come in 5th in the league, scoring 26.3. They are allowing 29.3, which is 30th in the league. The Cardinals come in scoring 27.3, which is 4th, and they're allowing 21.3. I'm not going back on what I said last show. I'm taking the Washington Commanders and Jaden Daniels to take the NFC East this year. Okay? And this starts in Arizona with Jaden Daniels taking another half step forward and showing you that this offense is for real. This starts with a big day from McLaurin. You can see the chemistry forming a little bit with him and McLaurin. Okay? And I got to eat crow on McLaurin because McLaurin balled out last week. Yep. And I got to take the crow the way the big guy KG served it too, because it's his squad, right? So I'm taking the Commanders today. Now, they got a bend but break defense. Not a bend but don't break. They got a bend but break defense. They're going to have to figure out some ways to get some things going. I think that's an ongoing fix. But I think the offense here is good enough to keep that badass defense off the field. Now, no Austin Eckler, no Farrell, no Jamison Crowder today for the Commanders. I'm going to take the over the 49. I think this is going to be a shootout. All right. Not a KG shootout, not 7-9, people leaving in body bags. You know what I'm saying? People cutting their fingers off on the sideline. They trying to go back in the game. Not that type of game. But I think you go over the 49. I think Jaden Daniel makes plays, and the Commanders come out of here 3-1. That's what I got.
Okay. When's the NFC East? Where was that at on the NFL preseason show? Wins the NFC East? But I
don't know. I don't know who I picked.
The last 2 weeks he said this. This has been percolating. And for some reason he has to text me which way we sending the money so we can make this bet. But yeah, go ahead, Jack. I'm sorry.
I had them as a wild card. I was hoping they win 9 games this year. I think they would get them a wild card, but this game right here, the two teams are kind of similar. You know, both got young, exciting quarterbacks. Both got guys can tuck the ball and run. Both got shoddy defenses. I don't know which way this is going to go. I want to say Washington, but I worry about Kyler Murray a little bit. with this defense Washington has. That's the thing. I think Kyler Murray can probably do more damage on a weak Washington defense than Jaden Daniels can do on a weak Arizona defense. And
Say it
as
one more
far
time.
as I think Kyler Murray can do more against a bad Washington defense than Jaden Daniels can against a bad Arizona defense at this point. That's what I think. But like BJ said a minute ago about Terry McLaurin, yeah, he could have balled out in week 1 and 2 if he would have hit him on them long balls. He would have had another 40, 60 yards. So the only reason he put up that number is because Daniels finally hit him. I think he's 1 for 7, 1 for 8 on the long ball in McLaurin.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they're counting that touchdown to the corner as a long ball. That was only like 18 yards, 20 yards, I believe. But you know what we're talking about, the long ball, 30, 40 yard pass. He's got to hit Terry on that. And Terry's getting open against certain DBs. So this game is tough for me, man. I'm going to go with the heart, man. My dad always said don't bet with your heart. But I'm going to take Washington and the over. I think it's going to be close.
Can I say this real quick? With the Cardinals and Kyler Murray, and you got an experienced defensive coach, Kyler Murray is reached his ceiling. You know what you're getting out of Kyler Murray.
Mm-hmm.
You know what his arm strength is. You know he can scramble. Arizona put up their best fight against Buffalo week 1. Buffalo came back and beat them. That was their best. You still have only got a C+ offensive effort from the Commanders. And the moment it goes to B, it's gonna take off. Like, and you lose Austin Eckler today, which he's been a big part with some big plays, right? But I still think you know what Kyler Murray's giving you. You still don't know what Jaden Daniels can do, firing on all cylinders. He got a V8 coming in, but it need a tune-up. It need a couple fuel injectors. It needs some spark plugs, and I think one or two get replaced today. It's still gonna need something, but I think you might see more connections on the deep ball. You might see more connections to this person and that person, which is gonna open more things up. So, yeah, the Commanders. I like where the Commanders are sitting at, man. I really do. I'm excited to see this today.
So, it's funny. There's a reason I wanted Ja to go before me, because I knew you guys were going to basically lay the foundation for my thoughts going into this. We ain't worried about the sprinkles, Jack Carr.
I'm waiting. You gonna come with him? I know that, sunshine.
Here's what I'm gonna say. There's two people that scare me, and they're not the names that people are gonna think. It's Michael Wilson and Higgins. Michael Wilson is the other wide receiver for Arizona Cardinals. Higgins is the tight end replacing Trey McBride today. I think they have a chance to maybe make a factor or a point in this ball game that Washington has to cover up for. I think if Washington can get the pressure up the middle from the big two, the fraudulent two, there could be some things happening. And I've been saying this for a couple weeks. This week, I'm going to say it again. Johnny Newton is going to come to a place near you. He hasn't arrived yet. Get it, KG? He hasn't arrived yet, but he's on his way. I saw his breakdown last week, and I'm just going to tell you this. If he's got his feet under him in the next 2 weeks, he's probably going to be our best defensive tackle on the team. And I'm not selling you a farm. I'm not trying to sell you a broke down car. I'm not trying to sell you anything. It's the facts. This kid's going to make a difference. I think when McGee comes back from his injury, I think this is a team also that it's jello. We just put the defense in the refrigerator. It ain't gelled yet. It ain't come together yet. Better yet, I'm going to use their words, gumbo. If you watched any of the shows, their first show, the Commanders log that they do on YouTube, it said gumbo. It said something about cooking gumbo. And that's what this is. They've put some pieces together and they haven't come together yet. This gumbo still need to cook. You can't take this off right now because we just poured the Douay sausage in. We just put some other stuff in, the crab meat in. we gotta wait a little bit longer before we drop the shrimp in. So let's take our time. But I think what I saw Monday, and Jack, go ahead, start doing the sprinkle thing you do.
I might agree.
Jaden Daniels showed me that we got somebody that I feel comfortable possession in and possession out can put us in a situation to score points. And with that being said, in a very long-winded way, I'm gonna take the Commanders because the dogs have been eaten all year in the NFL. And I always say all dogs go to heaven. So we're gonna have the dogs here. We're gonna take the Commanders. We're gonna even take the over because I think this is gonna be a shootout because the Commanders can't stop nobody. So yeah, the Commanders defense is like lot lizards on payday. So you figure out, you fill in the blanks, baby.
I like giving JD that little bit of props there. He's what I like about him the most is his poise. I have not seen Jaden Daniels rattled yet. I really like his poise. That's something that surprised me this year about him. I didn't know he had all that. And if he can put on 30 pounds, man, he'd be my quarterback. That boy needs to eat some food. He need a grown-up body. He looked like a teenager, man. He needs some food.
Don't do that to him.
Yes, I did. Your boy small. Was he buck 80 wet?
Don't do that, Jack. You're gonna mess him up.
He needs some weight.
You don't need 30. You give him a good summer of 10.
20.
No.
That boy need to get up about 210, 215.
That's where he is right now.
Oh, bullshit. That boy ain't 180 soaking wet.
Okay, Jack.
That boy small. He's frail. I just don't want to see him get caught neither. Look, I'm lagging now.
Matty Ice says Arizona didn't throw to Marvin in Buffalo. Now they are. Marvin is the key. He has a big day. Cardinals win. Here's the thing. This is my take. Washington's offense is running well. We doing car analogies here. Washington's offense is running like a Honda Accord, like a 2015 Honda Accord. That V6 engine, the oil's been changed, transmission fluid's been changed out, spark plugs that had a nice tune-up, got 4 new tires, and it's running well. It's got 175,000 miles on it because it wasn't driven very much. But now that offense is starting to move, you're going to put miles in this offense. Now the defense, on the other hand, the defense is running like a 1978 Corolla that ain't had an oil change since 1982.
Ass.
It's when you start it up, it's smoke, and you got to rev the gas a couple times. You got to tap that gas before you start it, and then you got to rev it up so you can get all the smoke out because it's got a blown head gasket. That's what the defense is. The defense gives me pause because I'm like, all right, we can go down. We putting up 7. We putting up 3. Every drive, we're putting up points. All right, this is what I want. But then they come back and they match whatever we put up. Bro, we're running in place. And it's not, right now, I'm not going to blame it on coaching because it's not coaching. I see the scheme. I see what Joe Witt's trying to do. It's players being out of position, missed tackles, confusion in the secondary. Like, as a former safety, I get upset when they're trying to do adjustments and guys are not even paying attention to the adjustments, and you got to call timeout because you don't have the right personnel on the field. Like, you're not supposed to be here. You're not supposed to be there. This is a problem. This is the Achilles heel of this team is the defense. We got so much high-paid people, so much money, on the defensive line in tackles that don't get no type of penetration.
Mm-hmm.
The linebackers ain't doing anything. Like, I'm tired of seeing running backs get to the second level. Nobody, then when you're getting in the backfield, you can't tackle. And now we're dealing with another mobile quarterback. Joe Burrow wasn't mobile, but Joe Burrow got away from us like gangbusters on Monday. What's Kyler Murray going to do today? That's what gives me pause. And I have to humbly, wholeheartely disagree with the panel. And I got to go with the Cardinals win this one. 24-21.
I want to get in on Matty Ice's comment because that's exactly what I was thinking when you were going 1970. I was like, you go.
You go.
Matty Ice suggested you go. And yeah, I used to have a Yugo. You hit a speed bump, record skips.
A Geo Metro from 1655. Yeah. That's what the defense is. I use old cars. I love this comment from Ben Conte because I use old cars for a reason. Because I can't use a new car.
Right. Yeah, right.
We haven't upgraded to a new car yet on offense. So that's why. And let me tell you something.
You're giving way too much. You're giving way too much credit to this office. First, you named them a foreign vehicle.
Well, okay, wait, time out. You know this for a fact. What can a Honda Accord do that no other car can do?
Run like a champ when it's being treated like shit. That's what they can do.
But this Honda Accord has been taken care of. You see the cultivation in this Honda Accord.
This defense is a 24 Denali with 175 miles on it that just threw a rod. It's not moving anymore. It needed a whole new engine.
And stereos, KG, Midnight Rider.
Hey, I love my old school.
Vinyl.
You know, he using the car references because one of our sponsors, Helen Hunt Motors.
There you go, Jack.
There you go, Jack.
Helen Hunt Motors is why he uses those car references.
Yes, sir.
Pass the
New
collection
inventory
plate.
coming soon.
Pass the collection plate.
And turn the heat up. Turn the heat up, Dad.
All right. Bold prediction, fellas. What's your bold prediction for today?
Go to somebody else.
I'll go because I got mine. I got mine in my holster. I'm like Doc Holliday. You know what I'm saying? I'm better yet. What's my boy? Doc Holliday. Yeah, that's what I said. Doc Holliday. Yeah.
I wasn't as sick as I led on.
Exactly. my hypocrisy only goes so far. Wyatt. Johnny Newton has 2 sacks today.
Ooh. Okay. Can he catch him?
You didn't see the old 22.
He got chased down. Kyler Murray. 2 sacks, huh?
All right, I'm ready to jump in. We got the double Dutch line going. I'm gonna try my hand here. Give me Jaden Daniels, 330, 3 touchdowns.
Right, no damn. 330.
KG?
I guess it's on me.
It's on you, baby.
What was I was getting ready. Oh, Aiden Hutchinson. 6 sacks against the Seahawks.
Oh, 6.
You know what I mean? That's 11 in 4 weeks.
That'd be nuts.
He's gonna flirt with Derek Thomas's record of 7. He's gonna flirt with it, but he's gonna get 6.
Woo! Okay, KG.
Hey, it's supposed to be bold. Got to make it
That's
bold,
baby. Hey,
That's bold. I got Denver Broncos upsetting the Jets today. Nick's going for 250. 2 touchdowns.
So that means you believe? Only KG gets that reference.
You gotta believe.
You gotta believe.
All right, give me a breakout player for the day. Who's the one player we need to keep an eye on?
Ooh, that's tough. So I want to drop something else before I drop my breakout. I think in the midst of the Commanders trying to make up for Austin Eckler,
Again.
Hold on, hear me out.
What's wrong with this dude again?
Hear me out. If Austin Eckler's out, I think De'Ami Brown on one of these smoke screens is going to get loose. I truly believe in that. I'm not going to give you Luke McCaffrey this week. I know
That's
we
where I
3 weeks
thought you
in.
were
But last week he was only
going.
he was only a big toe from a touchdown last week. All right, so you gotta start believing when I tell you, Jack Carr.
It's coming soon, but not yet.
Hey, the ministry is out here to help the people, heal the people, and make the people better. All right,
Oh,
get
no,
us on.
Sunday rise.
That's right, Sunday Rise.
Enlighten their pockets.
Exactly.
That's
But
right.
I'm gonna go to somebody talked about the Jets. So I think my breakout player is going to be Braden Allen, the running back that backs up Breece Hall. I think tonight or today, those toes touched the end zone a couple times. And everybody's going to stand that they got a two-headed monster. And this ain't thunder and lightning. This is thump and bump. This is thunder and thunder. Like Braden Allen doesn't shy away from any contact. And a lot of corners, when he comes their way, start making business decisions. They start calculating their salary and how much pain it's going to be. And they go for the ankles with their head down. So they're going to see him running towards them. So that's what I think. I think Braylon Allen breaks out today. I think he gets a hundo. And I think that's going to be receiving and rushing. I think he gets combined 100 yards. And I'm going to give him a touchdown at least, but I can see 2.
Okay. I still stick with what I said in my prediction. I think Bo Nix gonna ball out today. I also think Pacheco for Kansas City.
I think he's still out.
I think he's still out.
And who's the dude who's taking the spot? Starts with a P. P. Ryan. P. Ryan. I think P. Ryan's gonna have a good game today with Kansas City. Excuse me, that's what I meant to say. P. Ryan. I think he's going to get the majority of the touches today there. I know they're running a little three-headed monster. Go ahead.
So if you had a fantasy team, would your fantasy team be called a little bump and P Ryan? If you get it, you get it.
It would not be called that. But I do have P Ryan on my squad. I picked P Ryan up last week.
Hey, but if you do it, you got to sing it.
Right.
I don't see nothing. You know I don't see nothing wrong.
Oh my
With
goodness.
a little bump and P Ryan, baby.
Oh my goodness.
Y'all messing up one of my favorite songs.
Ooh, baby.
That's one of these songs back in the day. Get the draws.
Look, I hate the team, but I always root for the player. Give me Snoop and the Dolphins to kind of break out the day. And so it's always root for him. So I'm hoping he come in and have a good day. I think he's going to break out the day. And, with Snoop, he's not the type of quarterback. He's not going to throw for 300. I think it's going to be $150, $175, a touchdown. He's going to run for 70. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be that type of game for him to kind of get the Dolphins going. And the crazy thing with the Dolphins receivers, that 175 could turn into 290 because you're throwing a slant to Tyreek Hill and he took it for 90. Or, you got Jayden Waddle, So give me Tyler Snoop Huntley.
For me, just trying to figure out somebody. I think this is where, and I know I gave him a ration of earlier. I think from Washington's defense, BSJ has 2 picks and drops a third.
BSJ has hold on. This is a breakout player, not bold predictions.
I believe you wake and bake this morning.
Oh man.
No, I love it. Meatloaf.
Say hi.
What's that, Meatloaf?
Only one person can stop the show. I swear to goodness.
Hi.
So do you Benjamin St. Juice won't get two picks today?
Yes.
See?
Okay.
Nope, Meatloaf.
Jack, you can't go against Meatloaf, Jack.
What else
Okay,
you think?
Meatloaf, I think you're
Do you think Washington wins today?
Yes.
You got to send Meatloaf over a paper with the over under and just have her circle things.
Yes.
I'm putting $100.
You just put $5 on the Meatloaf parlay.
Man. Making millionaires overnight.
I'm gonna let you know right now. If you get a message from me and you see a bottle of Don P popping, that means that today was a good day.
I
You
gotta
get a-
keep up with y'all.
You get a picture of me with looking like Eddie Murphy in Trading Places on the little skateboard asking for money. Well, you know how my day went. This is a big day for me. I'm gonna drop my touchdown parlay in the group. I know Jack already gonna say I'm throwing away money, but I don't care.
Just give it to me, man.
You won't.
I'll give you half of it back.
I won't tell you, but there's gonna be signs when I post that picture on Instagram with me and the cigar and my tiger laying next to me. There's gonna be signs. There's gonna be signs.
Real quick, what you eating?
Let me
You know
go
what?
first. So I
Right
can
now.
help
Right
out
now.
the Midnight Rider. I'm having sausage with peppers and onions, Midnight Rider.
That's right, baby. You gotta come to the Peppers and Onions reality. What is that?
What is that's home fries, eggs, bacon, and toast?
This is from First Watch.
You done found that on your route.
Maybe it's not real food. Shit is not showing up.
He eating a brick wall.
Damn, like I got it right on the camera. It's not showing up, but nah, it's really good. Runny egg, bacon. Yeah, it's hidden. But this is gonna be my food for the day tonight for the Buffalo Ravens game. I'm hitting one of my favorite wing spots up, America's Best. I'm getting me the Buffalo combo with fries and the Sprite. I don't know what it is about America's Best wings. The wings aren't small. They're not super big. They're just right where they need to be. Right in the Buffalo, the heat on the sauce, perfect. You dip your fries in it, and then you wake up in the third quarter, be like, what happened?
No, you know what you got to do, B?
Because now I'm curious now, because BJ, you're a Buffalo hot guy. Is that right?
Oh, yeah. I'm a spicy guy, period.
KG, what are you?
I
heard that, KG. Let it ride. Just let it go.
I don't eat spicy food anymore. Can't do it.
I'm just asking wings.
You see how close these? You see how close? I didn't get up. You see how close these were?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how close food was.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm a honey barbecue guy.
Okay. Jack.
I go mild, but my hot sauce is Texas Pete and Tabasco. That's my hot sauce flavors. I like that Old Bay hot sauce on my soup. Like Old Bay, I got Old Bay next to my chair in the living room. Like DJ got his sauce.
That joint
hit. If I go to the store and I order some wings, I will get mild.
See, I'm an Old Bay wings guy.
Yeah, I like that too.
As long as you didn't say lemon pepper, we cool.
Yeah, I do teriyaki joints every once in a while.
All right, now let's get back on focus.
Oh, quick story. And I should have put this on. I should have put this on camera. I went to Hangry Joe's, and I got their hottest wings, the ones you got signed a paper for. When I tell you, I thought I was still young. When I tell you, I was crying tears, walking circles around the car, like, God, I won't do it again. I won't. If you just. The shit was so hot. I had to drive across the street to 7-Eleven and KG, no, I don't just drink straight milk. I had to go get milk, and that didn't help. I was in tears. I was on the phone talking. I had to never again.
Wait, time out. I didn't know about this, but wait, this is the same dude that went to Wings to Go in Beltway Plaza and got homicide wings.
Ooh.
And ate them and looked me dead in the eye. I was like, they not that hot. And I'm sitting there with my lips in milk because my lips are burning.
I don't know what they put in it. I did the hot chip challenge a couple of years ago. It was hot, but it was like, okay, you know, I've had this hot before. Whatever they put on those chicken tenders, my God, I could, if I was near a bottle of Dawn dish detergent, I would have sprayed that in my mouth. Yeah. Like I couldn't feel any of this right here. Mm-hmm. I couldn't feel any of this.
Hey, welcome to the dark side. That plus 40 life, totally different, baby.
I did back in the day. Our spot was Cluck You Chicken there in College Park.
Woo!
And they had some stuff that was called super bubonic super bubonic, out of this world hot. And I mean, like you said, you had to sign a waiver. And I'm just looking like,
But that wasn't actually hot.
Why you want to eat food like that? Makes you
Because
sweat
it wasn't
and
hot.
cry.
It's a
Well, for
challenge.
some people it was.
It's a
For
challenge.
some people, their top shit was top hot.
That-
I'm not into that, man. I mean, I like a little heat to my food, but I want to taste it. I don't want to burn my fucking tongue off. Excuse me, my tongue off.
Man, no, I've never
see the
had
reason.
anything hotter than them homicide wings. And when you open the container, you could smell the spice and it would choke you.
Where
I've
was that
never had
at, Beltway Plaza?
Huh?
Where was that at? Where was that? Is that Beltway Plaza now or back in
No,
the
that
day?
was Beltway Plaza. What was that?
It's still a food store. It's on the end where the Planet Fitness is.
What was it
It's
called?
shit, I don't
It was
know.
called Wings to Go.
Was it? Okay, yeah.
Okay.
But it's been so many things over the years. It's right where basically a caddy corner from the McDonald's on that end.
Yeah, right. But
This is right.
walk past the giant and it's right there on the right.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't been in Beltway Plaza in 25 years, probably.
I was
Yeah,
just in there yesterday. Lost.
And I
Yeah.
remember back in the day riding around with the system pumping, just making circles around the joint, trying to pick up something.
Yeah.
And then you go over to the Golden Dome for a little while, throw some quarters up in the, Tecmo Bowl and all that.
Golden Dome.
Play some asteroids. That's when the joint used to be inside. They didn't
Yes,
move outside
yeah.
till a little bit later.
Yeah, I remember it.
And man, and then we used to save up money and go to the damn Chesapeake Bay Seafood House, get your grub on, smoke some chiba and be hungry. Woo, cooking.
Yeah, did you own an 87 Maxima?
Nah, we was in a Ford Escort with louvers on it and shit. You know what I'm
The
talking about?
hatchback?
The hatchback.
The
Yeah.
hatchback. Yes,
And my
sir.
boy Boo had that probe. He had that Ford probe. Sweet man. Cruising the mall. We had PG Plaza. We had
Right,
Curb
the
Mall.
style.
We had Beltway Plaza. Cooey. And there's, sometimes we park the car and go inside, walk around and catch a movie. But Beltway Plaza, boy, I got lots of time in there.
All right, guys, let's finish this joint out.
What
Jack,
you eat, Midnight Rider?
sausages and peppers, right?
Yeah, I got sausage and peppers we putting down. They're sitting right here thawing.
I'm in a kind of a quandary because I don't know what I want to do.
Chicken and peppers. and onions.
I think I'm doing burgers, but if I don't do burgers, I got this leftover rotisserie chicken that I might chop up the chicken into either an open face sandwich or I might do tacos.
I like doing chicken salad out of leftover rotisserie.
I'm not a chicken salad. I'm not a
No.
that's not my jam. So I always go either open face to finish it off, or in this case, I know I got some like Mexican cheese and stuff like that. I don't know if I have salsa or not, but if I do, I can make it like a nice little 2-3 tacos out of that and call it a day. So I'm up in the air right now.
Gotta have some gravy
Burgers
if you
and
want to do
tacos.
open face. Gravy.
Huh?
Need some gravy if you want to go open face.
I'm not going true open face. So what I would do is I got some raw bread. So I would toast the raw bread, throw the chicken on it, pop a couple pieces of cheese on it, and do it that way. Or I could do some chicken broth, throw it in. Jack, now you trying to make me cook sound like I know what I'm doing when it comes to cooking. But I can throw some chicken broth in a little pan, drop the chicken in it. I can see where you're going with that, Jack.
Yeah, no.
I can see
The ultimate Swiss knife in the refrigerator is a leftover rotisserie chicken.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Oh my goodness!
You
Go to
make
Sam's.
soup in the
You go to
middle.
Sam's Club. Where I buy 2 or 3 of them, bring them home, split them down the middle, put them crisp them up a little bit. The world is your playground.
My wife said, she said Costco.
Costco.
Yeah, she
Yeah, I go
said
to
Sam's Club
Chick-fil-A.
chicken is nasty.
I can't get in Costco. See, this is nothing to do with sports, but it just be so damn busy in Costco. Like you got to have an appointment to go in Costco. I ain't
Right.
that fancy. Shit.
No, you're right. Costco crowded like Buc-ee's and shit, man.
God, you would think
Y'all
they
ever
giving
been in
away
a
food in that damn thing.
Y'all ever been in a Buc-ee's?
No.
Nah,
Oh,
not
no.
yet.
It's like a Costco gas station. It's huge.
Oh.
Humongous.
Hey, I don't know if it's one of the next 2 Saturdays. Let's say 2 Saturdays from now, because that's when I get paid again. Toccoa's, Greenbelt, College Park area. It's the steak and cheese spot.
Oh yeah. I know you talking about.
What's up?
Maybe Saturday after we do the Gridiron, which is the best fictitious college sports show in America. Start Sunday at 11. I mean Saturdays 11 a.m. Be there, be square. Great win, BJ. But yeah, Toccoa's maybe a thing where we try to meet up if we can do it. If we can't do it, we can't do it. I mean, we all got crazy schedules. I know I got a crazy schedule.
I've been trying to meet up with you ugly cats for a while.
We're gonna play next
week. You know,
next
2 weeks. Let's do it, man. Put it down.
Let's do it.
I'm in. Nice win. I'm in there. All right. So,
hey, guy, what you eating?
You talked about rotisserie chicken. We had Silvestri last night. I had a burrito, and their burritos are so big I can't finish them all in one sitting. So I got a burrito. I put it in a bowl. I'm gonna add some rice to it, a little bit more chicken. I'm gonna spin that thing around, and I'm gonna eat that in front of the TV.
Oh, I thought you were going stick it straight up your. I thought you were going. Yeah, I was like, oh shit! Hold on now. Look, I know.
Turn that something sideways.
That's where I thought he was going with it. I know we way over. We off topic. Silvestri's is under. Everybody run the Sardi's. Sardi's is great. Sardi's is great.
Yeah.
Silvestri's is so underrated when it comes to their food.
All right, hold on. We got to do this. Jack, are you familiar with Silvestri's?
what you talking about? The joint you was just talking about for the cheesesteaks?
No. It's a Peruvian chicken place.
Oh, nah, but I do like Peruvian chicken.
All right, so we're going to, Jack, unfortunately, you're out of this conversation. I need to know your order. BJ, what's your order?
For Peruvian chicken?
For Silvestri.
Oh, for what I'm ordering?
Yeah, you're number one.
Lomo saltado. It's not even the chicken.
BJ.
It's not even the chicken.
BJ.
It's not even a chicken.
There's a reason you're my favorite person, not named Midnight Rider on this show. Bro.
It's not, man. I love, like, Don Pollo makes a really good lomo saltado, but I don't know if they put love in it. I don't know if they put their big toe it when I'm not looking. But the lomo saltado that come out of Silvestri's make you want to come home and smack your mom. Hey, Ma.
How you spell this Silvestri's?
Silvestre. And you got one, if you're in Greenbelt, you got one close to you.
I'm not in Greenbelt.
Oh no, you up, yeah, never mind.
Oh, where's that one? Where's
I'm
that one in
on
Greenbelt?
We ain't got shit.
There's one off right over there by
Is it one in
what is
Annapolis?
that?
Nah, you got to come all the way to this side. You got to go to the one on Silver Hill Road. That's the
The one on
best.
Silver Hill Road. That's the one I always go to. I didn't know it was one in. Okay, I gotta do some Googling.
I don't know if it's Greenbelt, but it's one in that little side. You know, Maryland got names. They got 4 names for every city. You know what I'm saying? You can be in the same zip code, and it's Camp Springs, it's Marlow Heights. You know what I'm saying?
All right, here we go. We got location in Bowie, Oxon Hill, Hillcrest Heights, District Heights, Temple Hill.
That's the one.
Waldorf.
The District Heights one is the one I've gone to.
Got one in Hyattsville, it says.
Yep.
Silver Spring. There's a lot of them, man. Fort Washington. Yeah, I'm sure I can check one of them out.
KG, what's your order?
Nah?
KG, what's your order? You on mute, brother.
It's always a family meal with 4 sides.
Okay. So my order is
I order my wife a chicken and shrimp fajita with extra chicken, extra shrimp, and extra fajita.
What's her size though? What's her size? This is key.
Black beans and yellow rice. And salad.
Oh, she was almost my best friend. She was almost. I get the fajitas. I get the chicken and the steak. I get rice and the fries. And all I do is once the order comes in and I open the thing up, I take whatever sauce they give me. I always get an extra one and I just dump the sauce all in the shit, and I just cut up everything, and it's just good times from there. But when
Mhm.
BJ said Lomo Saltados, I'm sorry. There's a truck. It's called Peruvian Brothers. They used to do it's not them. It's this other truck. It's a truck that looks like a fire engine that used to be downtown. I got Lomos from them. Dog, it was the greatest thing it's the greatest experience I ever had when it came to food. Like I was at work, but if I could have gone into a corner like a cubby, just curled up in the fetal position and go to sleep, oh my God. That's whoa.
All right, fellas, we got to get out of here.
I
It's
hate
all-
that.
man. Set
we
your
went to go
fantasy
do-
lineups. Set
Yeah.
your fantasy lineups.
Please, one of the 300 teams in our league, please set your fantasy lineups. I'm tired of seeing busters. But the thing is y'all holding all these injured reserve people thinking you're gonna save your season at the end of the year. That's crap.
That's not crap, Jack.
No, actually, I did that with John.
No, hold. That close out the show. Close out the show. Because I'm
Y'all
starting
enjoy
something.
the games. We will be back on Tuesday with NHL preview. The Gentleman Jack, the Boss BJ, the Midnight Rider, Big Guy KG. We are out of here.